Hello everybody, welcome back to our single player world. Today we are on top of the ship. You can tell that, pretty obvious right now. I've done a lot of stuff as well, I can assure you that. So we're going to have a look at this, but before I go any further, thank you very much for the support. It has been really good. Very good, in fact. It's been pretty awesome that you guys are so enthused about this ship, and just in general, in the series, of course. Let's head off, let's get started. I've got render distance a little bit higher, actually. I wish we could go a little bit further, but I start getting just a little bit of trouble when I put my render distance all the way up. But man, can you imagine when this is done, this is finished, and that is finished? Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. But look at that. First of all, I did get pointed out that these I put in the wrong... Well, the first one, I put that one there. I put that in the wrong direction. I've done a bit of fixing, and they are facing in the right direction right now. So the correct direction, at least. Coming from the ship going that way. The wind's blowing down this way, and they should be facing that way. Silly me, but that's alright. You guys are there to save me when I do dumb things like that. And another thing that I've done between the past two episodes, I've added in these pieces over here. I've also done the sails, which you would obviously have noticed. And I want to quickly go through what the sails, what worked, what didn't. You can see there's a few silly things, but that's alright. We're learning for our next ship. Let me tell you this, the next ship... I don't know if I'm excited for it or if I'm dreading it, because it's going to be scary. It's going to be huge, but it's going to be so good. So I've got a few more of these sails to put in over here. I wish there was a way for me to pause without going into spectator mode, but there isn't. But there we go. We've got this over here, which is a little bit weird, but it's at an angle, so it's kind of working. These two over here, and then I'm also going to be putting in a lot more angled ones around in the middle here. So we're going to fill that in eventually, and I'm not even sure whether or not the way I've done these even would be a viable ship, but that's all right. It's just for the looks. It's to make our world look like an amazing world. That's all we want. So today we are not getting started on more sails. We did the sails last episode. It's a lot of work. It's actually a lot. Like, let me tell you that. I didn't think it was going to be quite as much as it is. Because you're taking it down, putting it back, taking it down, putting it back. Eventually you get the shape right. That one I'm not happy with. I'm probably going to do quite a bit of work with that. But that was the first one I did of the big ones, so that's alright. We'll learn. We're learning. Now, today what I'm planning on doing is going into the actual buildings of this build. So, the internals. We've got this one over here, which is the captain's quarters. That's not what we're doing. We're going to be doing it down over here. So I've got two things, actually. We're going to be doing some work in there, and we're also going to be doing some work over here, which is actually going to be pretty quick, because I'm not too sure what goes in these things, but we're going to take it upon ourselves to put stuff in here. And the first thing is, I want to put in a little bit of a hatch over here. You've probably seen them. You'll know what I'm talking about. Just a little piece over here where you can see through, and let me just get these, the trapdoors, they work so well for this, I'm sure. I put them on top the other day. I think during the stream, actually. Our most recent stream, and I got rid of them because, of course, why would I keep them there? That's really silly of me. But that's alright. Let's just do that there, and there. So first thing done, I want to just have a look. That's right. That's good. Adding in the small details around the place. That's how we got to do it. So I'll go back up here. Let's just do this slowly. There we go. That's what I want. I was actually planning on doing it over here, but I think that'll be just way too large. I don't mind having the giant hole in here. It's alright. It's alright. So what I want to do today is I want to go in, as I say, the captain's quarters not today. That area we'll mess around with. But this area over here, we've already started a little bit of planning. And I want to just get these rooms sorted out. And pretty much what I'm going through here is not actually just getting these rooms sorted. Ooh, that is close. Not only getting the rooms laid out properly, but also being able to finish off the outside of the rooms. Because from this side here, I don't like to do too much stuff in the beginning, or at least I don't like to keep stuff necessarily from the beginning, because I understand it's going to change. But I wanted to put some windows in on the side of the ship. However, I could have just done this. I could just put a window in like that. That'll be great, right? Wrong. It just won't work. So I've got to think about it. I've got to be able to plan this out. So planning it out from this side out that way is going to be the way to do it, of course, because I can't just put a window in there and then I hope it is. That actually, I'll say that is wrong, but that actually could be the spot. It's just that to plan it out all at once is going to be super hard, and that's why I'm going to be taking today to not plan. We're not planning. We're actually building, but I'll show you exactly why I couldn't do them all at once. So first of all, let's start planning off these rooms, not off rooms. There we go. There. So I wanted to get a little bit of a corridor going all the way to the end, and I'm actually going to do it all the way to the end, like completely. I'm not going to be putting in a another room here with a door and stuff. I think it'll be good to see all the way to the very, very end of this. Is that going to be enough for a room? I think it will. I think it will. Let's do that. We'll do compartments of 3. Does that work out almost perfect? Almost perfectly, actually. Yeah, look at that. That's good. It's good. We'll work with whatever we do here. I think it's important that whatever we come up with, we keep, just to make sure that it's not, it looks unplanned a little bit. I think that's important. It's very easy to get your build starting to look too planned. Let me tell you that. It's as soon as you start doing the same things over and over again, it starts going crazy. But by the way, I've got something I looked at. I looked at the most recent, not the most recent one of these. I looked at the first shipbuilding episode. And I noticed I did a really cool cut, unintentionally. I don't know, no one actually noticed in the comments, I didn't see, but there was one point where I was in the creative world when I showed you guys what I was planning on doing with the ship, and then I moved over to this world. And while I was moving over, the ship kind of just faded out from the creative ship, the shape of the ship, into this ship. It was really, really cool. Unintentional, and I just saw it by pure coincidence, because of course, you don't watch every single thing you do, but when you when you do watch something and it's like that, I felt like a pro without even realizing it. So let's just do this here quickly. One of those there, and this door probably over here. Okay, let's check this out. How would this look? Yeah, that's good. I'll have to do something with this here, just because I could fill that in, but then we're gonna have 2 different types of wood, so we're gonna have to just put a little bit of thought into it, but that's not gonna be too hard. There. And my mouse is also doing some funny things today, by the way. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's been jumping around quite a bit. I might be in need of a new one. So we'll do that there. And the final one over here. Perfect. All right, so coming down here, does that feel like... I feel like that could work. We can maybe put, for instance, 2 bunks in here, like with probably, I'm gonna guess, the grey or the brown beds. That would work very, very well. Let's do one in here. There. And I am going to mark my words right now, but I have not yet had a creeper explosion in here. So we'll hope that we don't don't get one now, but so far so good. There we go. Perfect. So I'm going to get this part in. I want to just maybe do a little bit of decorating on here in terms of getting the shape in here nicer than what it is right now. What am I doing talking about shape? This thing was easy. Look at this. Bam. We've got ourselves some stuff. I've actually done a lot more than just doing the shaping of stuff. I just put in some cross beams over here. Make the place look really supported. In fact, this is a nice little trick. Actually adding fake like structural support just to make things look a lot nicer. And it definitely does. It definitely makes it feel a lot more cozy. And also adding in some of these note blocks was a good idea, I think. There we go. Yeah, it was a good idea. I think it was alright just to have these crates around here, because they look like crates to me. I think they look very much like crates. I wanted to add some chests, but they just don't look too pretty. Look at this. The color. I don't know. Maybe we could, but I don't think I like them too much. So what I've done in each of these rooms is I've gone ahead, added in the bunks. Look at that. Look at that. Nice, cozy little room. A few of them. A lot of people. This is the way it's meant to be. All like squashed in on a ship. Most of the room is used for, obviously, cargo and stuff like that. The crew doesn't get a very nice area, and that's how it normally is, I guess. So look at that. Nice, very narrow rooms. But I've got one question. And by the way, these somewhat, I think 1 or 2 of the rooms differ on each side. And also, by the way, these barrels. Look at that. That's a little barrel. The other way I could do this barrel, actually, just thinking of it right now, I could do something like... Do I have that? There we go. That was unintentional. I could do something like this. Maybe. No. That's horrible. Ignore that. We'll keep it. So, over here, I've got a little bit of a question, because I wanted to put windows in here. The window looks alright from this side. I could do a brown window there. Or I could do a fence, like a fence post in there. But from this side here, this is where I am not sold on this idea. So if we go around this way, turn around, there. It just doesn't suit it. Look at that. It's not working for me.
I've tried putting in, because originally it was this like this when I get rid of it, because of course I had to get rid of the block there. But putting these in here, it still seems a bit too large and obnoxious. So I can't think of any other way to do this. Let me just try right now. I'm gonna just try a fence post in it. That was stupid of me. Around this way. Let's put one of these in. I think this will look better for sure, but I'm not convinced that it will be the best. It's still a good thing. So let's go up here. Mind you, that is not bad. That is not bad, because we're still going to do a lot more stuff to distract from that on the outside. Maybe on every second room we could do this. Okay, we can't do it in this one. Could do it in this one. Don't like where it is, but it could work. And, actually, these now do different things now, since 1.12. I always forget about this, that stairs now can connect at the back to things, which I kind of like that they didn't, but that's alright. We'll learn to live with it. So if we do this, they now connect, and that... Let's just have a look. I think that can work. That can work. Of course, it'll be a matter of us decorating the outside, because this boat's very flat on that side there. I'm not a big fan of the way it's looking. One more thing which we can do was I wanted to put a window at the back here. Can I take this block out? I can. I can just put one of those in there. Let's see that. Yeah, that looks good from inside here. I'm loving this whole building on the inside, and it's big enough to make it look good on both sides, inside and out. Let's go around here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the way that looks. Ooh. Over there, that blue, look above me over there where the cyan is. I need to go and place in some fence posts on that other one. I've been meaning to do that for months now. 2 months, in fact. Just over 2 months. Man, that's looking good. That's looking very, very good. So I'm pretty happy with what we've got done there so far. I want to just do a bit more stuff, but currently, everything is going the way I was hoping it's going to go, and this ship is turning out fantastically. Moving along from the ship very, very quickly, we have recently had some pretty crazy support on our streams, and this over here is one actual project that we've been doing, this little path over here. I showed you guys a bit of it last episode, I think, and it's pretty much finished now. The idea of it, as I mentioned, to try and force you in this direction, I think it's working very, very well. And I want to quickly show you one more thing at the end of this path that we've also completed, a task from a while ago. But pretty much I thought I'd just give you guys a little bit of an update on the streams, because of course not everybody can make it out there. And recently we've actually had a lot of new people joining us in stream or from the videos into our stream as well. So welcome if you guys have joined us from Twitch. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you guys have not yet followed us on Twitch, definitely check it out. We always have a good time just doing some pretty chilled out building. My mouse, I don't know if you saw that, but my mouse just shot to the side there. There is something going crazy here. 2 episodes in a row, there's something on. But yeah, this is what I've been doing. Just a little bit of stuff here. Did that a bit earlier today. And inside here, this is looking pretty much close to being finished. We just have to do some finer things there. That's not a big deal. That'll take us like 30 minutes. not a big thing to fix the insides. But the outside here is looking very, very good. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to have this path going all the way to the other side there where our... I didn't mean to break that. Where our next kingdom is going to be. The kingdom we're currently building, but the city of this kingdom will be. So that's what we slowly inching our way towards. So let me go around here. I want to show you what the ship is looking like. Of course, you guys have seen it. It's looking pretty fantastic. The one annoying thing is, look when this loads in, you'll see 2 little dots over there. There, you saw 1 dot. There's a few dots. Just where these things come out. It's not very pretty, but it's alright. As long as we load the full ship in, it should be pretty good. So what I've done is I've quickly finished this piece inside here. Put all these in. I like the feel you get where you can see through here as if there's a net on top of it. That's looking really, really good. I'm glad with the way that that's turned out. Quickly hop into a bed here. I think we normally kind of go funny in these beds. Really, it should be close enough to sleep. Yeah, whenever we've got the bed in a weird position, for instance, having all these blocks around it, there we go. Look at that. It just starts pushing you around. In fact, if you guys ever do download the world, don't click on the top beds. You'll suffocate. So you're better off clicking on the bottom beds. But yeah, back to this part heavy here. what I'm thinking of this area is a storage area for all of the stuff that these guys would use on a daily basis. And what I want to do is I want to put in a few fruits and vegetables here. You've seen the last world, which is pretty crazy. We had a giant, well, not giant, it was this large grocery store for the hell of it. And I did some cool stuff with some armor stands, which I think would be kind of cool to try and see if we can replicate in here. I've just got to make sure I've got the space below us. That actually is good. That's a good sign. I think this area here is actually a good area to put this. So we'll see how it all turns out. We've obviously got like a barrel there, and I didn't realize that these fall off that easily. Perfect. Got a little barrel, we got some crates, we got some chests. That's looking pretty good. I've decided it might actually be a good idea to get started on these decks, just to get a bit ahead on this, considering we've finished off the majority of this area over here. And the reason why I haven't done too much stuff in this side over here is because, of course, the stuff in the inside of the boat is going to affect the stuff on the outside of the boat. So if we can get this working first, we can then move on to there. So what I want to do is I want to do something just to make it look like it's been supported. Maybe something along these lines here. Just to make it look like we've got the deck sorted out. So if we go back here, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm not really sold on the oak, but that's all right. We'll have a look. We'll try it out. Maybe something like this. A little bit more like that. And I really would like to put the oak there, but I'm gonna have to put it over there. Unless I just put in. I'll show you what I'm thinking. I want to make a railing over here. I could do it up to there. Let's check what that looks like. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I'm not a fan of this oak for sure. Do I have any? Yeah, there you go. We'll put some of this in here. I want to just test out which one looks better. The oak or the spruce. I feel like the spruce may look better, but it also could just make this build look super, super dark. Although it's pretty much been alright so far with the oak, which is kind of weird. I thought the oak would do alright here. Considering these look alright with oak against the floor here, which I'm destroying. It's just very weird. It didn't suit that for sure. So let me do this. I gotta admit, I do like that a lot better. Let me try changing these ones over as well while we're at it. I don't know about the masts now. Do I keep them oak or do I switch them over? Let's just check this out. I'm gonna say I'm sold on the spruce. I don't want to say it, but it's true. It does look a lot like someone just threw that down. Alright, let's do that there. Wonderful, and last one done. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's much, much better. Definitely a good choice. So I want to do this here, up this level. The next level, of course, we can switch these over as well. And the real struggle is going to be getting the wheel of the ship to work. I've tried a few things. That's why I've actually got these redstone blocks here. I've been trying to mess around with getting an armor stand stuck in here so that, for instance, when we put the wheel in here, like that, then we could have the armor stand sticking out the front there as if there's just something holding it on there. Because the wheel, sadly, is going to be the weakest point of the ship every single time. It just never works. It will never work, pretty much. It's a square. We could go out big, but they'll look absolutely stupid. Well, I mean, that does look absolutely stupid, but you get the point. Like, we've either got a single block or we got 9 blocks. So, single block will have to win this every single time. And the best single block is this one over here. Obviously, the trapdoor that I've seen and that I can think of at least. I can't think of anything better than that. Let's just quickly make sure no creepers come around. Let's live in that bed. It's weird how these feet just stay on there, on the bed, but the rest of it disappears. There we go. So have a look at this during the day. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I want to cap these things off as well. So maybe if we have some dark... Oh, there we go. We got some dark oak things. I keep falling down there. I'm not completely convinced on the idea of adding in a railing on that, though. Or maybe if I did, I would add it on one side. Let me just try this here quick. There. And there. And what is this doing? Actually, don't know why that block is there. Alright, so how's that looking? Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I wish there was a block in between this, so the spruce plank and the dark oak plank in a color like that. That would be really, really good. Sadly, obviously, that isn't the case. But that would be a good transition to have there. So we'll do that there, do that there. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Because it would be cool to have this transition block to use onto these here. That would be really, really nice. Because the spruce is just a little bit too light for me. That's definitely looking really, really good. Let's take a quick flight away. See what this looks like from a distance. And obviously, this just means that we now can go ahead and start getting the decks put in. And then we can just keep going. We can keep adding in smaller things. Yeah, that's looking good. You can't really notice the decks much, but that's alright. That's alright. It's definitely looking good. But today, guys, I think this will do it for the episode, because I can't really start anything more here that won't be a fairly large project. So we will leave it for the next episode, because pretty much that makes sense. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I've really, really enjoyed working on the ship so far. I'm going to continue enjoying working on this ship, and I appreciate all the support and the enthusiasm on this build and the world. So thank you very, very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.